Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Champions League recorded game stream. So this is still week one between reDo versus Sun Tzu. Now, reDo, if you may remember from the first season, he ended up placing second overall in the tournament, which I think was a really good spot for him. I don't think many people going into it would have thought he'd get second place, and now here he is back in season two, ready to do well again. And his opponent, the old Frenchman Sun Tzu, who actually wasn't French at all. He also played Champions League in the first season, and he got last in his group. But every series that he lost, which was every series, he lost 1-2. So it was legit just a few games away from like turning it completely around. So we'll see what happens here in season number 2 to begin the season. Does he lose 1-2 like last season, or does he turn it around? Maybe actually win, or maybe lose 0-2. I don't know. Anyway, here's a real quick look at the group. We're looking at the Implode division, which is on our right. No standings yet. We're technically in the second week, but haven't put those up yet because I don't want to spoil anybody in case you're still trying to watch the games elsewhere. But this is your division. We got reDo versus Sun Tzu. The other players listed here. It's a group stage at the end of the group. The top 4 advance to the playoffs. So how about we jump into the games? So let's see. I am looking for this one. There we go. All right, now I can just sit back and relax, watch a few recorded games, and talk about them. Just me, you, and King AG the Sixth, or King Ag, in the chat. So everything should be good to go and ready. And let's go. First game is on Oasis. This is Sun Tzu's map. Second game Tundra pools. If we have a third game, just because it's listed here doesn't mean there is a game 3. If we have a third game, it'll be on the preset map, Medit. So game 1, reDo's home map. Not surprised to see an Oranos from reDo. Over here on the right, our second place player from last season, a fellow American. There's not many of us actually that play in this league. I'm one. I think there's 3 total. I think. So yeah, we'll see how he does. So he's the red color playing Oranos. And Sun Tzu on the left is in the blue color. And normally he plays Loki. But he has switched to Thor. Now he would have known the map coming into this game because reDo would have picked it like before they clicked in. So clearly he did not think Loki would do well in this situation. So yes, he was a Loki main. I think he still is. I'm just guessing he thought that maybe Oasis would not be good for his Loki. Now he did go with the 2 Ulfsark start. If you want to know the build order for that, don't really know, but it is pretty common to see it used on this map because the goats are everything. Kind of a big fight to find all the goats. You can see that there's 2 here that Sun Tzu is not quite going to find. I'm also kind of confused why he used his gold mine here. Like you could just use it next to your town center and then you don't have to build a gold mine. So, I don't know. You may have seen these games before. I think obviously they were streamed live. I think maybe by Blackadder. And then I think also Boit cast them as well. But I was kind of looking around for like I don't have a whole lot of time to stream these games, so I was like, well, what's a good series? And I was told, you know what? If you want a good series, do Sun Tzu versus reDo. So, ooh, I like this little pressure here. Now, in the olden days, this Ulsark would put a wall foundation on this zebra and hunt and delete it. We don't see that anymore, but oh, the good old days weren't actually so good after all. Toothed arrows. More pierce damage for archers. Ballista. Cura Ballista. Should be another relic around somewhere. I don't know. But a big thing to actually look at on Oasis, it may seem like it's not big, but is the goat counts. How many goats do each player have? They got 9 to 10. Now there isn't going to be odd numbers, so there has to be some more goats out there somewhere. There should not be 19 unless somebody ate one somewhere. You relic in the top left corner. No, you don't. Oh, it's me. Oh, I fell right into that. The Confessional Horus is the other one here. Get out of here. I'd throw my cup at you, but it wouldn't hit you. It'd hit my screen. Yes, it is Sun Tzu playing Thor. And could these guys beat me on Team Migration? Good question. I'm still really perplexed, though. The Dwarven mine here used in that spot. Now, that's creative. But as we can see, maybe not the best. Because, if you cast your Dwarven mine right next to the town center, this Ulsark could have been this ox cart could have been that ox cart. But, it is what it is. Now we see all 3 of these oracles coming down here, and reDo was going for a 430. Interesting. A lot of times on this map, you see the Oranos going for a 4-minute and doing a very quick Valor, and then pushing off of Hunt. It's at a little expense of his own economy. Now, this is quite the hodgepodge of walls here. But generally, it's worth it. Because if you could push him off, imagine 20 seconds ago having pushed him off of Hunt. And then you can Shockwave, and Shockwave basically guarantees a villager kill. And here they come running in. And we could potentially see, because he's turning to fight, oh, he should have stayed on that villager. I don't know why he ran off. Like, look, see how much damage this is doing. Just 3 villagers. Just in Valor. And he's going to kill this. Oh, man. Really, there should be 2 dead villagers right now. Like, this one is 1 hit. You gotta get it. Okay, 2 hits, I lied. But you still gotta get it. Oh, this is... Oh, man. The idle time was obscene. But there is no way these villagers should be escaping this. Look, pick off the ones that are dead. Okay, alright. But yeah... Could have killed more than that. Still did a lot of damage. And now this is where the goats start becoming so important, because 10 goats isn't a lot of food to fall back on. And because reDo, as the Atlantean, gets... Oh, he should not fight this, though. Ooh, I don't want to lose. While the Valkyrie is riding... Oh, manually valoring a Cataspeltes. That's expensive. I don't know why you would do that. Oof. A lot of food. How much does it cost? 110 food, 65 gold, and 3 favor. That is expensive, especially when you consider you'd have the Valor coming up in 8 seconds. I don't know about that choice, but it was a choice that was made nonetheless, as we see upgraded towers and all this there, and the Terma trying to come in with the random Cataspeltes. I don't know why I'm saying an S there. It's a catapeltes. Or not even pronounced like that at all. Now, I'd like to see maybe another manor down here on the berry. Potentially, later on when it's needed. But yeah, see, like, just this little pressure here. You just keep the Thor or Norse in the base. And this is a tough matchup for Norse here. Like, what do you do? I mean, it's so hard because you can't stay out of your base. And you have all these goats to fall back on. But, man, like, this is crazy defensive here. Like, like he wants to be Egyptian, but he's not. And we see now a Valor used, and oh, okay, he did. I was gonna say, as an Atlantean, you always want to use Valor to get a citizen along with it. I mean, not always, as we saw we had this Valor here, but it's good to get it because Atlanteans get capped at 25 villagers, which is technically kind of 75 total. In a way of like a normal culture. So in order to kind of get past at 75, which you kind of need, especially late game, you would need to get a Valor. And then Valored citizens do build faster, gather a little faster. I mean, they're pop inefficient because they do take one more pop, 4 pop versus 3. But until the late game, they're certainly worth it. So you see a few Ulsarks coming out, but Ulsarks without the Odin upgrade are kind of not that great. Because the big thing is that speed. 4.8 speed is not fast enough to dodge arrows. So Terma can hit and run on these Ulsarks. Whereas if they were Odin Ulsarks with the special upgrade, they'd be able to avoid arrows and be pretty happy about that. But yeah, they're coming in here to try to... I mean, properly assuming that there's stuff going on over here, but these Ulsarks is not enough to defend this. So, I don't know if you just kind of, like, try to age up here. I mean, that's what he's doing. So, Sun Tzu's gold mines, there's one here and one here. It's kind of the curse of having a spawn in the corner. So, this corner spawn, which is what we see on this map, makes your base, your initial base, more protected, but then it does mean that your gold mines are required to be forward. So it's pretty tough for him. And reDo has got the relic that makes heroes do 100% damage more against myth units. That's pretty important actually as a Atlantean, because once it gets to mid game and you maybe see some frost giants coming out, those can be hard to kill, or fire giant later on. Here comes some wolves. They'll probably pick this one off. Well, maybe not. See, they're not even fast enough to catch up. 5.5 speed, can't catch up. And we have a second town center for reDo, and we can see it just a score lead. And really, it's just a matchup / map. Here. I mean, I think Thor, there's things that you could do as Thor. What are the current resources? How do I check that? All right, he's at 568 food, 369 gold. And reDo is not up any at all, and there's no text being grabbed, and he's getting a town center. Like, really the only way I think at this point is if, like, Sun Tzu had, like, a massive... Okay, that's a good forest fire, actually. Got some good damage on the units, and is actually forcing them back, because this was a winning fight for reDo. That was a good forest fire. Maybe not, like, the most flashy in terms of kills, but it did a good amount of damage, and it, most importantly, it pushed reDo back, because reDo could have won this fight and forced a slowdown on this town center. We can now see that's going up. So the forest fire allowed the town center to go up without any issue. That's very important. But the next hurdle for Sun Tzu to overcome is, where is he going to get his gold? Is that how it does it? Oh, look at that. I'm not super familiar with the new commands yet. I've only done a couple. Oh, these units are not in a good spot. Oh, if you get to surround here, okay, yeah, they might as well just run past. But a few of those are cut out. They got to run the other way. Ooh, a little bit of bad pathing there. And we have Scotty is started for Sun Tzu. And we're gonna see, you know, might as well just leave a few of these raiding cavalry just to chase and maybe. Okay. Actually, the frost is gonna come in at a good time because we've got 200, 300 gold left. And by the time he needs gold, the frost will be up. So, okay, good. He's splitting up. Now, does he grab another town center? It looks like he might try. He's like right at the edge of having enough. As we see an attack here. Where's his army? I mean, he doesn't really have one. This is his army. And just keep the town center targeting. Really should be targeting the Terma that are heroes. Because if you bring down your free frost giant that's about to get here. As long as the hero Terma are down, he should be good to go. Now, because of this pressure, he is abandoning the position. Don't use frost. You don't need to frost this. So do not use it. Because there's so few hack units. Okay, good. I was a little concerned. Now, he's going out to this gold mine. I would have liked to have seen maybe a wall to come up here because that gold mine is pretty risky. Now, on the other hand, so you don't want to use frost, but you don't want to fight until the fire giant is down here. reDo needs their Sun Tzu. Oh. So the frost comes in. I don't think it was really needed. The only reason he needed it, which he didn't need it anyway, was because his frost giant wasn't down there. So, and he'll get a lot of damage during the frost. I mean, even though these units get 99% armor, they're taking 1 damage every shot. That's good, but he didn't need to do this frost. The problem was that his units came too far forward, and he had too many slow units like the Herseer and the Ulsark, so they were in a really bad position without the frost giant. So he kind of forced himself to have to use it, but it was just too bad because he could potentially win if he does like a pretty nice, like, you could almost win with maybe a Ragnarok with a frost, but now he doesn't have frost. I mean, he'll look good. He'll kill a lot of units on the way out. Would have been nice to see him like wall them in, maybe. No, he doesn't need a hill fort because of all the damage he was putting in. He should probably consider one maybe now. reDo doesn't have a ton of resources in the bank. He's replenishing his army that died, and that's not cheap. It is a record. It is a recorded game. So, oh, see, there's no unit, not a single unit that Sun Tzu has can attack this bird. And Sun Tzu should know where the villagers are, which are up here. What kind of eco upgrades? Yeah, decent. Now, having said that, ooh, there's a lot of Cataspeltes there, though, against all these Cav. I don't know if this is a great fight for Sun Tzu. I'd like to see him get another. Oh, there he is. Big shockwave. Yeah, this isn't a great fight for Sun Tzu. Like, he'll probably win it, but he can't afford to lose fights like, lose units like this. He doesn't have the economy that reDo has. So he lost a ton of units there, and reDo can kind of happily replenish because reDo's got 3 town centers, and he's probably almost full popped now. Yeah, he's got 27 citizens, so he's full popped. Full Villi cap, and we've got 56 only for Sun Tzu. And now we do have a few throwing axemen, but until you get, oh, the hill fort, it's too late. Here come 3 birds. There's no way this hill fort gets up. And then this is the problem when you delay the hill fort, is once all these birds come in, how are you going to get it up? And he really needs to get this town center up too. And the birds are going to come up there to stop it. The town center is a little bit weak, but oh, it's actually, we've got some destroyers coming in. Oh, this could be bad. It depends. Oh, hey, he's sending 2 birds up. They would put a complete and utter stop. Oh, we do have the Axe of Muspel is up. reDo will not win this initial fight, but again, he can just flood units in, so it's kind of at the point where losing units isn't a huge deal. We do have Huntress Axe. That's a nice upgrade to have. I mean, Huntress Axe plus the bonus damage against the birds should be good. But, oh man, the Ox Cart down. Now throwing at the birds. Is reDo close to Mythic? He's kind of. It depends if he decides to keep flooding units or to pause for a sec. Eco upgrade is not super good, but this is big here. Just not having a gold mine. Like, realistically, if Sun Tzu would have put a hill fort on a gold mine, he could have potentially held until Mythic Age. And then at that point, Ragnarok would maybe win. Now he kills 1 bird here. Now this bird's having some problems hitting. So, wow. I did not think that 5 throwing axemen would trade that well. See, now he's holding. Like, I think, though, the damage was done. I don't think that Sun Tzu will be up in time to have a meaningful reg. I think he might not even make a reg now. He's at 98 at 160 pop, and reDo is kind of all in on this. All in on here. Like, he keeps funneling units in. No hack armor or anything. So reDo holds. Zeker Sneakers. I remember the name. EX Hope. Man, that's an old name. Now, I will say, the last time an old name came into the chat, it was Con Loke, and it wasn't Con Loke, and he proceeded to troll the chat for, like, the next 30 minutes, so... I will take you for your word. But sometimes there's shenanigans around here. Yes, we did play in some tournaments. You usually beat me, and yes, I did lag. Yeah, the old myth. Did I lag? Or maybe I only lagged when it was in a tournament. Maybe I had a little button to the side of my screen. I'd click and boop, start lagging like crazy. Never know. Alright. You know, reDo's kind of just flooding units in, and here comes Helios. So no Hecate at all. No Hecate at all. It's Helios. This guy is just having the chat with random crap. And man, all these where's the archers? There's no archers. Well, there's 2. But man, these throwing axemen are just mowing down the infantry here. And I'm actually a little worried. I mean, if Sun Tzu wouldn't keep getting pushed off of this gold mine here, we could see like a reg soon. Sun Tzu should probably fall back. Yeah, well, good to see you. As you can see, some people like me just never quite grow up. And so here I am 16 years later. I still play some. I cast some. And I find it kind of relaxing. But the big question of the day here. How close is Sun Tzu to aging up? Well, not close. So the bird raids have done just enough damage, I think, to slow him down. Man, if there was like a Ragnarok coming within like the next 3 minutes, might be okay. But I can't see, this text is in my way. I can't tell how close he is to Helios. 88% to Helios. Also getting architects. So you can see with him getting the second building upgrade, he's a little bit worried about the Ragnarok coming, but it's not quite coming yet. And now there is the Helios. I think he vortexes up here. Of course, I say that as he's doing it, so you guys can't think that I already predicted it. But that was the obvious play to me, because he gets the Hika Gigantes that spawns. And so now he can just pound this down, because he knew the entire army was here, and there's no response to this. So he can kill this, and then he could probably vortex on top of this and stop the gold, and then it's GG. Because the problem is, if Sun Tzu were like aged up soon, losing this town center isn't a huge deal, because theoretically at this point he would be full pop anyway, and as soon as he ages up. But see, this Balder at 2044 I think is just a little too slow, and he should not fight this. So it's a minute and a half to age up, so we're looking at 2214. 2214. Oh man, would have liked to get the Frost. He missed his Frost, and Frost is something else. Would have been nice for the Frost Giant to freeze the Hika. And here comes the next Vortex down here. Man, if the Hika were frozen, he couldn't jump down here. These villagers just need to get out. He can't lose them. But, whew. Yeah, hope there's still a pretty decent community here. Nice Shockwave. So we use the Shockwave just to kill Vils because he knows they're about to be Ragnarok. But there's still a decent community that plays. As you can see, this is the first week of about a 2-month tournament. The Frost and the Hika Gigantes. Total prize pool of about $1,000. I mean, this is no GGL. What they have, I think, is $8,000 the first season and then $4,000 the next. But this is kind of budget AoM at this point. And it's not like Age 2 where we can have a $90,000 tournament that's sponsored by Microsoft. But the Vortex units are down for redo. We have a raid coming, but it's just, I think, too slow and not enough. 83 villagers. And we've got guard towers. We've got upgraded buildings here. I don't know about this. Kind of armory upgrades. Wow. Second line and third pierce. But I think it's just still a little too slow. You got a sweet PC. How long did you keep that PC anyway? Boy, I thought PG Fire won. Or did you win USA? That's what you said. Yeah. You won USA. That's what you said. Yeah. And then they never had it again. But here comes... it'd be nice. Where's this Fire Giant? Oof. Way back there. Splitting up. I mean, the only chance, I think, is for like an immediate... Gold Starve. But, oh, this is not where he wants to go here. Oof. Oh, 3 towers. Fortress. These reg are gonna disappear. Yeah, he just doesn't quite... Just a little too slow. I mean, give him time. Yeah, Kapach. Yeah, he wasn't... Yeah, he is still. I noticed that Kapach came back maybe a year ago to Age of Empires 2, which is kind of his main game anyway back in the day. Alright, he is, I guess, gonna kill this town center. Maybe. But at the expense of a lot... Oh, nope. Here comes the Vortex. Just gotta get out of here. You have gold blocks, kind of. I don't know if Kapach is top 20 currently, but he's pretty good. Ooh, so he's getting on these fortresses, but you got the Vils gathering here. Yeah, there's just not quite enough behind this for Sun Tzu. I don't think. I don't think he's gonna win this. It's on this gold mine, though. It's on this gold mine. I don't know. reDo has no gold. That's the... Yeah, I mean... Oh, we ran past the Villies. No. Like, what's the resources for reDo right now? Like, he needs this gold so bad. It's the only spot he's gathering. Oh, okay. He's back. He's back. Oh, and it's close. I don't know. I didn't think the reg was in time. Because the problem is SunTzu can't make the fire giants behind this. Here come the Herseer. Got to get out these vills out of here. Because I think reDo is pretty close to where he'll be able to kill this army up here. And then he'll have the gold income. Needs to get the bird on the fire giant. We've got the hero Arcus slowly shooting it down. Gotta watch out that you don't take big splash damage here. The fire giant's just honor straight in. I think reDo holds this. I think he does. Yeah, he will. It was close. I mean, that just shows the power of Ragnarok. I mean, as prepared as reDo was, I mean, 4 towers here, a palace, both upgrades. It still almost got him. But as long as he has access to the gold mine, he'll be okay. No, he's not gathering there. But, yeah, so, yeah, Hope, there's still a... You had a bad map. The story of all of our lives. Yeah, some of those old maps were completely atrocious. There's actually a competitive play uses a fan patch now, which changes a decent amount of balance. For better or for worse. Some like it, some don't. You know, opinions. Like a certain part of the anatomy on your butt. Everybody's got them and they all stink. Opinions are. I don't know what Sun Tzu's plan is here. He's retreating back into his base with his reg heroes. I think this game's about done. But yeah. Yeah, the AOT community's still alive and kicking. This is actually the original AoM that is played on a third-party program. AoM is also on Steam with an extended edition. It didn't really extend a whole lot other than bugs. Though, I mean, it's decent now, but and its launch in 2014, it had a lot of issues. And like finally it's okay in 2020. They finally updated it to where it like was okay. But yeah, I mean, reDo is where's he getting gold from? He's not. That's kind of weird. Like, he had all this time to gather gold. I don't know if maybe he's just selling. That's probably what he's going to do. So he's at 2,300 food. 2,100. Let's see. I'm sure he's going to sell it. It looks like he sold some now. He sold 500. And, oh, now he's down at the bottom. Okay. Well, that's good. And the bird raids again. This army he's got to watch out for. What is it? Oh, it does give live resources. Man, look at that. There's all these new things that you can do. Yeah, I mean, there's a temptation there to fight this. I don't know. I mean, he's got to block this gold. Here come 2 fire giants. Got to bring them forward. I thought this game was over twice already. And Sun Tzu is still holding on. One citizen has 15 hit points left. No. Don't go to the top. That's the wrong way. You need to get on the gold here. Okay. Oh, they need to come down. Oh, they are. Okay, that's good. That's good. How do I get rid of this, though? I guess. It's still there. But reDo's at one. Look at this. Sun Tzu's at 140 pop. Man. Like, I feel like reDo could have come on gold so much sooner. And, like, rebuilt his town center by now. Man. Okay. Maybe he's gonna do it. Like, it's so close. Like, what's his Vil count right now? Sun Tzu's at 61 Vils already? Wow. Yeah, he wins. Sun Tzu wins now. I think reDo was just too slow to, like, go back to gold, it seemed. Like, now he doesn't win it. I mean, the firemen here should throw their fireballs over there and melt a bunch of units. This is a winning fight here for Sun Tzu. He should turn and fight this. I mean, he got 4 fire giants to just absolutely demolish this. Like, turn and fight. I think he's worried about all the gold being gathered up here. But yeah, Sun Tzu. I mean, I hate to say who I think is going to win because I was pretty positive that reDo was going to win. But like a perfectly lined up special on the front unit and all the fireballs bouncing through the back would absolutely roast this army. Oh, let's see it. Oh. Few units heroized, but still this is not a winning fight. So roast the front. Have those fireballs bounce all the way through the Arcus. Nice special. Nice shockwave too. I mean, slows down these fire giants. And the unit, this Atlantean army's doing better than I thought it would. Wow. What kind of armory upgrades we got here? Oh, we have the bonus damage against myth units. That's big. I forgot about that. So in the end, reDo wins the fight, but his economy now is actually behind. 17 citizens. 70 for Sun Tzu. I mean, Sun Tzu's basically back at normal eco again. I mean, he's got a trade route. He's still got this fire giant here. 3 citizens. I mean, reDo has nothing on gold. Like, at all. Huh. Well, I guess this is how you win as Thor against Oranos. On Oasis. It's all about the reg. But yeah, I think it's too late now. Like, I feel like reDo had chances to get back in. Let's toggle this thing off. There we go. Alright, champion cavalry getting researched. You almost want to just get champion cavalry just to, with thundering hooves, you can just hit this gold mine back over and over again. But I wasn't quite prepared for this long of a game at the beginning. I might have to fast forward this a little bit. I don't have all day. But yeah, now the raiding cavalry catch these units off guard. Also many Arcus just get absolutely smashed by the raiding cavalry. Man, those gold raiding cavalry, they look so good, don't they? Look at that. Beautiful. You know, for a game from 2003, visually it holds up pretty well. Like, I mean, don't zoom in because then you can see like how blocky everything is, but the units look good. And oh, he spies out this gold mine. The raid down here though pushes these bills back and is in on the trade route, but I do not think that reDo is going to be able to come back from this. What a game. Man, and this was reDo's home map, so we've got Sun Tzu's map coming up next. Sun Tzu likes to pick some special maps. He will delay this town center, but I mean, you tell me, where in the world? Oh, the surround. The most beautiful sound in the game. Oh man, it's just wonderful to hear that noise. Yeah, nice military management here for Sun Tzu. Tell you what, he's a player that doesn't get a lot of credit. I mean, even me, I used to kind of consider him just kind of a Ragnarok player and that's it. But he's got some good fundamentals behind it. He's got good fundamentals behind what he does here. And oh wow, birds are playing on this. I mean, this is a key raid. I mean, it stops the trade route. These vills are idle. Sun Tzu has a lot of resources in the bank. A lot in the bank. Yeah, that was quite the fight down here that we missed. Is it really from Star Wars? You trying to pull my leg? But Star Wars isn't real either, so how can it really be from Star Wars? I mean, it's not real. Is it? So what did Star Wars get it from? Yeah, I agree, Mr. ICB. I think reDo should have won this game, but it just seemed like he had the opportunity to get on this gold mine, and he just never did. And so he never had gold to like rebuild the town center. He lost a decent number. He was, I think, a little too reckless with his citizens. Like the ones down here were a little bit out of position there. But yeah, I don't think it really should have been as tough as what it ended up being. I mean, he had his building upgrades. He had good unit upgrades. I mean, it shows the power of the Ragnarok. But still, I think he could have done a little better. But you know what? Easy to sit here and say what could have been better or worse or otherwise. We see the birds getting on this. So, Sun Tzu had a nice trade route, and now it's completely been idle for a while now. I don't know why reDo isn't checking this gold mine. I think he's more worried about a trade route. And we see more villagers coming down. More Star Wars sound effects, according to viewer Ruby Wellen, I think, does that. But yeah, once this town center goes up, it'll be officially over. But wow, what a game! No wonder people told me to watch this series. It ended up being really good. At least the first game. But I mean, with the first game like this, I mean, I figure whatever happens the next few games, it's gonna be good. I'll try to finish that X card off before this bird's almost dead. Oh, get it, get it, get it! This bird is the worst accuracy in the world. Oh no, he canceled the last attack. Oh, he canceled that last attack, and the ox cart lives. Town center getting delayed a little bit. reDo's back on the mine down here. Yeah, Tex, you go watch those. It was a good series, man. You go watch them. You'll be entertained. Regardless of who you cheer for, it was an entertaining match. No spoilers. And would like to see him get this town center up. But yeah, this game has really got super messy, which kind of what Sun Tzu likes, I think. Oh, he's trying to get this town center up. I mean, surely if this town center goes up, you have to resign at that point. I mean, what do you do now? I mean, there it is. There's the GG. What a game. Okay, let's take a look. Wow, he did lose a ton. He lost half of his citizens and some caravans in the reg. Yeah, so that's part of the problem there, is just a little reckless with his villagers. And I think it's easy, like when you're reDo in that situation where you had prepared so well for the reg, is to kind of think that, it's not going to be a problem, I'll be fine. But he wasn't. Because I've been there in that situation before where like I thought I was like super prepared for reg and like there's no way it's going to beat me, and then I just kind of get a little too complacent, and then all of a sudden I realize half my villagers are dead and I don't have anything anymore. But whoa. I mean, even with reg, there's no way. Oh, I put the wrong score on, but even with reg, there is no way with that score differential. Sorry, I'm old. Hold on. That you should lose. No way you should lose with that score differential. No way. Man, kill death ratio, pretty decent. But yeah, look at that. Whew. Oh. Yeah, that's just that gold block there, and just wow. Yeah, I'm senile, not you. I mean, he had a decent amount of golds too. I mean, he ran out, but gold too. I mean, he was way ahead. I mean, just as to where he got blocked, but I think that was a game reDo could have won. But anyway, we're gonna move on to game number 2, and game number 2 is on Tundra Pools. It's a special map. I love these special maps. I love them. That's why I pick special maps when I play, because they're good. You know what? I was playing this game 15 plus years ago, 16, 17, 18 years ago, along with Hope, who was in the chat earlier. And it's nice to see new maps finally being played after 18 years. I mean, okay, we've got Painted Desert, we've got Frozen Waste, we got Blue Lagoon, but really those maps are, other than Frozen Waste, those maps are pretty basic anyway. This map's a little different, but I digress. Bottom player here is reDo, and he's Oasis. The top player is Sun Tzu, the improbable winner from game number 1, and he is Loki. Loki on his home map. Now, I think last season, Sun Tzu might have won every game on his home map. Maybe. He might have lost to Chemo on this. But yeah, what makes this map cool is that, or different, is that it's got map or little ponds for each player. So it's, I mean, it's kind of a map that, what god is good on this map? You know, it's kind of a map that doesn't really exist, because you basically got perfectly safe fish on a fairly high hunt map. I mean, there's a lot of hunt scattered around. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's not maybe quite to Tundra levels, so it's pretty close, along with tons of fish. So what gods work best on this? You know, it's kind of a good question. Like, I think probably this would be maybe not a super great map for like Oranos, potentially. But the one thing you do have to look out for is the starting gold. Because you only get one gold mine in your base, and with the way the map is designed, all of the other gold will be forward. And actually, what I'm kind of noticing here is that gold did not spawn very favorably for Sun Tzu. Like, it's actually not, it's actually pretty rough. Because he really only has this one gold mine on his side of the map. I mean, this one is kind of neutral, this one a little neutral, and this one neutral, but reDo's got closer gold mines on both sides. And yes, they did play this matchup, Pefimosa with the question. They did play this matchup last season as well. I should have done my homework. I'm a bad caster. I don't remember what the matchup was, but Sun Tzu did win. I don't remember if reDo went Loki or if he went Zeus. Like, a lot of players last season when they were playing against Sun Tzu were trying like some sort of Zeus play. Because there is that potential. If you go Zeus here, I mean, you get a ton of food, and you can go for that gold starve, you know, the big Athena push. I think Sun Tzu might have lost against the Zeus. No, who was it? It was maybe in the postseason, I'm thinking, when the map was pre-picked for one of the matches, where we had, maybe it was Rappel who lost to a Zeus on this map. That might have been it. I don't remember exactly, but I think Isis is a good pick here, because in a way, this is kind of like Anatolia, I would say. It's like a high hunt Anatolia. Sun Tzu lost to Chemo, but I don't know if he lost to anyone else. I would have to look back and see. We've got Forsetti coming up at 404. So we can see, what do we got? 6. I mean, he's got all the fish covered. So yeah, you got, you know, this is pretty typical. I mean, it's going to be hard to push the water. So this is kind of like a boosted, just a boosted eco game. But yeah, I see this as like almost being like Anatolia for the Isis. No, somebody else lost on this, because in the postseason we had this as a pre-picked map for a couple, probably 2 matches. So there was somebody else who played on this. Walling up this tower here, like he's going to lose if it goes down. Yeah, 2 temples, you're right. It would be pretty tempting just to get that early army out sooner. Is he housed? 37 of 45. No, not really. But yeah, it would be nice to look at this walling here. That's your Isis. You have to go Bast, right? Yeah, he's going Bast. Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't a double Loki or double temple. Like, does he just try to grab this town center? What's 2 players' record so far? This is the first week, so 0 and 0. Mr. Quinta. But good question. What kind of relics we got here? Ring of the Negeling will give 18 gold a minute. The Blanket of Empress Zoe gives plus 5% building crush damage vulnerability. Here's a little spoiler tidbit about the Blanket of Empress Zoe, this relic. My sister was almost named Zoe, but my dad didn't like that name. So he was not named Zoe. There you go. No, reDo I don't think was active in between seasons, but he's back. And reDo is one of those players who's pretty high level, so it doesn't take long to come back and play well. And he cares too. Like, he cares quite a bit, and he's also pretty smart. Like, I will say there's some players that are like kind of that top-ish level that I think are maybe more so good just because they're mechanically better than everyone. And I wouldn't say they're necessarily, you know, the valedictorian of their class, shall we say. And I think that helps quite a bit. Having a little bit of a mental edge. Yeah, and I mean, wow, is he... I'd almost like to see an early second town center from the Loki here. But I guess he's maybe going for just a 1 town center push all in on a gold mine. And with this prosperity coming in for reDo, it's a pretty quick age up here. 752. Oh, he went Neff this first? And he canceled it and went Hathor. I guess he thinks that Ancestor's Eclipse isn't going to give him much value. And given that we've got 11 Hearse here, I would probably agree with that. So Hathor. So Sun Tzu is going to have to be careful of a massive Locust. I'd also like to see Sun Tzu being a little more aggressive here. Like, if he's not careful and doesn't move down soon enough, he's not going to be able to stop the gold mine. Yeah, you say a female name and Airtrees like comes running. No offense to you, Airtrees, if you're in, but it is kind of comical. He's got like some sort of alert on his phone. Female name mentioned. Bloop, 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 bloop. Must go. But yeah, I think he's a little too late to come down here. Grabbing this town center? Is that what reDo's going for? Weird. Yeah, so the tree spot, this is what's kind of cool about this map, is it actually is variable. It's like Oasis. There can be one big one, as we see here. There can be a couple small ones, or 3, or maybe even 4. So it does vary a little bit. We see not enough axemen here. And they are getting picked off. We have Braggy come in. And an Iron Jar spawn. But, oh, he's got the spy on this, so he knows these units are here. So, you gotta run up here. Oh, the barracks over here. Oh, no, 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 come this way. Build a wall with like 4 of your Herseer, and this all dies. Oh, no. Oh, maybe he'll still get this around, but that... No, that could have... The Axemen are blocking his own units. Oh, man, this is big. But in this meantime, we got this coming on over here. So this ended up being really good for Sun Tzu anyway. I mean, that's huge. So what he should do is wall this and wall this side of the map off so that he knows where the gold is. And then come in. No, 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 no. Do not be distracted by this. You have to come over here. If Sun Tzu comes over here and uses flaming weapons, he wins. This does not help him. Ignore this. Who cares? I mean, the fish can just rebuild the dock as soon as you leave anyway. And see, now he doesn't have enough units that came over here. I mean, it's nice that he's picking off these heroes, but these ones attacking this dock, nobody cares. No, get over here. And he's probably popped, too. $96 of 115. Oh, he's not popped. Oh, no. He's getting gold blocked like crazy by one Petsuchos. Oh, that hurts so much. Oh, man. This one Petsuchos. Just mowing down villagers. And reDo came over here too, or Sun Tzu came over here too slowly. Like now reDo has full access to gold. Like if he would have just ran from here over to here, that could have been it. See now, like, until he's full pop, he can't win the fight. Like, who should probably be grabbing a town center. I mean, it seems like his economy is a little bit behind what it should be. Both have their second fish upgrade. The rock is checking. Oh, Sun Tzu had it. In the end, the surround worked out very well for him. But he just got distracted by this dock. Like, he could have ran right over here before or right after this Migdal came up. And, like, now he doesn't win this fight. I don't know if he can push through, even with flaming weapons. As defendable as this position is, I don't know if he wins it. Not sure. Still have this rock flying around. Because he's still under popped. Shaft, getting armor upgrade. That's probably good to get that. Oh, are we gonna have a locust on one side? He has to use flaming weapons. The good surround he's getting in on these units, though. This is a really good surround. You get. Oh, the eclipse is huge here. Oh, you needed to be faster on the flaming weapons. So Eclipse blocks the flaming weapons, and now this is not a good fight for reDo. Or for Sun Tzu.
Oh, I mean, he might like end up kind of winning it, but his army is so much more expensive to replenish than reDo's. That was huge. He should have cast. He should have used flaming weapons earlier. I mean, he had a chance for it. Nice pathing too to get these chariots up in the corner like this. Oh, and now he's got the Petsuchos on those villagers. I mean, he's gonna get these down, but like, here's the problem now, is that reDo's army is pure myth unit. reDo, not reDo, Sun Tzu. I keep getting them mixed up. Did they change colors on me or something? So, like, there's so few military, like, actual human units that flaming weapons won't help very much now. And if he uses it now, it's going to be a mistake. Because he just doesn't have enough units. Oh, no. Flaming weapons on, like, 4 units is not gonna be what the doctor ordered. They see the mountain giant come in, but there's just not enough units here. I mean, legit, this game came down to who clicked that button faster, that God Power button faster. If Sun Tzu would have hit flaming weapons first, which he should have, there was so much time for both of them to cast their God Powers. I don't know if maybe Sun Tzu was not thinking about the eclipse. Potentially could have been it. I mean, again, you sitting here watching, it's so easy to be like, oh, this should have happened, that should have happened, but oh, that was big. And we still got this flat rock flying around, just slowing up the economy. And I mean, Sun Tzu's still in a good spot, but he needs to get a town center very soon. Because that flaming weapons attack is a huge power spike. 105 pop. 15. Crocodile is down here. Oh, we're gonna probably have a locust come in soon. Oh. Ouch. 3 dwarves down. Really, the chariot should come over here and pick the rest off. And get on it, get on it. The frost giant's getting path blocked. Oh, no, it died garrison just in time. Oh, man. And now Sun Tzu is going to be gold blocked for a while. Does he have a market? He does. But no economy. And reDo is at full pop right now. Oof. And I think it's about to the spot where reDo's army beats Sun Tzu's. The priests are pretty good now. And ooh. And Sun Tzu's ahead by score, but these villies are gonna come down and get just mowed down by these chariots. I don't know why they're coming down here. Yeah, Sun Tzu needed to, at some point during all of this, needed what he should have done after this fight. So, I mean, he kind of had to fight this fight up against the tree line, but he should have come back and, like, grabbed this town center. That would have protected this gold line. Now he's gold blocked. Oh, this is such a... Oh, man. If I'm Sun Tzu, I never want to watch this recorded game in my entire life. Never want to watch it. Because he He legit was just a Flaming's weapon away from winning, but that Eclipse cost it. Like, it almost probably at that point would have been better just to run out and just re-engage afterwards. Because as long as they're, you know, full pop, 115 to 115, Sun Tzu wins that fight. You see reDo aging up, and reDo has grabbed a town center. And he's got a nice chariot raid. He's going to get in on probably the trade route. I don't know if he's going to notice it. But the problem is these... Like, I don't quite understand this trade route. Because caravans are not pop efficient until after the Mythic Age upgrade. So if you're going to make all these caravans, which also cost 100 food, why wouldn't you instead just build a town center? Because those gatherers are going to be so much more efficient than caravans. So I think I mean, it's great to have the economy, but I just think that's a mistake. And pretty soon here, Sun Tzu is going to have a really hard time. In fact, the time is now. A really hard time getting that forward town center. Oh, man. And I like the leaves that pop up when these trees fall down. Like, why aren't these trees used in, like, other maps? Man, it's just beautiful. The spied villager is still alive. Sun Tzu did get very lucky. No, this is not live. In fact, I'm probably the third person to cast as these villagers all hop in the rock here. You could maybe get this. Blackadder streamed it live. I think Boyd might have done these later. So I'm third, but I was told, I hadn't watched it yet. I was told this was a really good series, so I had a little bit of extra time tonight. After my tournament games earlier, I got all my stuff done around the house. And here we are. Now, I think this town center will go down 8% up on fortified. reDo is looking good. Sun Tzu still at 1 town center. Going with the no town center challenge. Oh, that's going to be close. The mummy coming in. Oh, the piggy goes down. But then you... Is it even worth it? You know? You kill it and then it just goes right back up again. I don't know if that was worth it. But yeah, you'd think at some point during this game, like, reDo could have, like, sent 1 unit here to build this. Just 1? To build it, but now, I mean, he's ahead in score, but it's... He just has no map control. He's just getting around circles around the map. The random son of Osiris out by himself way up here. This is a bit of a death wish, I must admit, for the Osiris here. He must have lost track of where old Sunny Boy is, because... Oh no. Oh no, this is disastrous. Oh man. I thought I was the only one to lose Osiris like that. But uh-oh. This is huge. I mean, this is really just as big as losing Osiris. Losing the trade route. Oof. I mean, this is so many resources put into this, and they're all gone. Man. Deletes the market, which is good. Trying to rebuild some stuff down here. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to work out. Nice to wall this part off. I'm trying to click the mummy on the battle boar up here. It's not working. But yeah, Sun Tzu had chances. He had such a good chance. He kind of half threw it away by staying over to here. He had another chance here, but then that Eclipse. Good move by reDo to Eclipse the flaming weapons. But really, Sun Tzu should have just fallen back. I mean, there's plenty of room for him to get around all these buildings. Could have ran around and surrounded the chariots and army with the flaming weapons push. But instead, he fought that fight. Yeah, he could have. I mean, there's plenty of time because he had the army out of position. You knew he was going to surround them. Like, there was no doubt he had them surrounded. But yeah, I don't know if maybe he just forgot that there was Eclipse and then thought that he could just hold on to flaming weapons until he actually started fighting. But yeah, he could have cast it like 10 seconds early and no problem. I mean, it lasts a full... Is it a full minute? Yeah, 60 seconds. I mean... Yeah, now we got this big push here. And Sun Tzu had to come over here and stave this attack off. And now he's losing his town center. And here we are. We're seeing an Isis. And Isis is going to win this unless something crazy happens. I do have Hell coming out. But Hell against Osiris. And... we're going to have 2 pharaohs, potentially. I mean, I know the Osiris is dead, but I'm saying is you can get that pharaoh upgrade and have 2 pharaohs. And the town center will go down. 1 more elephant hit. Oh, 2. There he goes. Gets it down. Hell is up. If Fimble Winter will last it until Wolf dies, yeah, that would be pretty strong. I think Fimble Winter, honestly, is kind of a god power that doesn't get the credit it deserves. I think it's better than what people think. It's just in some situations, it's not super great. And I think people remember those situations and be like, yeah, flaming weapons didn't do anything. But I think overall, it's pretty solid. Let's take a look at what reDo's got. Whoa. Just the old axe. I mean, yeah, Reg's better than Fimble Winter. I mean, let's not be too crazy here, but I think Fimble Winter is better than what people give it credit to. Now, I'm kind of weird though that reDo has no food income other than fish. I mean, he's got 3 farmers. Yeah, Fimble Winter in team games is maybe a little bit... Because it's not as good because it's still the same number of spawns. Well, no, it gets +1. So Fimble Winter spawns 3 groups in a 1v1 and then 4 groups in a team game. Like maybe in a 3v3 if it did 5, that would seem like it'd be reasonable, you know? But 4... doesn't do a whole lot, and I don't think SunTzu is going to quite get this town center up. I don't think so. Once this gold mine's done, where is he going to get gold from? He's going to have to try to come all the way over here, and that is not going to work. Yeah, it should be more than 4. I'll agree with that. In a 3v3, it should at least be 5. But Norse are already pretty solid in team games, so do they really need it? Not really. So, in the end, doesn't really matter. One team got 3 consecutive Fimble Winners? Maybe. I mean, but here's the problem. If you're in a situation where the Norse are in a spot where they're strong enough to get 3 consecutive Fimble Winners in a row, you're probably losing anyway. Is how you letting 3 Norse get to that position. The funny thing is, if it's a rushed Fimble Winter, it's also not as good because the wolves will randomly spawn next to unbuilt town centers as well. So it's actually not a great god power to rush because you're going to get spawns that just aren't going to do anything. And this gold mine is out. The Nidhogg died somewhere. I don't know where it went. I got distracted. Yeah. Gold mine's out, and we can see that Sun Tzu has 50 gold in the bank. He does have a trade route that isn't super good. And that is going to be about it, I think. Gonna have to wander all the way over here. But, you know, non-Nephthys. That is a risk to go Hathor in this situation. Because without the priest upgrade, they don't do a lot of damage to these fire giants. Not much at all. And here comes reDo to grab this. He's got really good upgrades as far as the line upgrades. Not a lot of that. I think the Nidhogg already got a speed buff. I think it's fat. At one point, the Nidhogg was over buffed on the patch. But I think what got left in was his speed buff. And the chariots are going to come in and sit on this trade route. And there's another close game here. But here's the problem if you're Sun Tzu looking forward to map number 3. It's Mediterranean. And that's going to be tough for him as a Loki player. I actually think with the Dwarven Mind buff, I think that Thor is pretty decent on Medit now. But I don't know if Sun Tzu is exactly a Thor. But look at this. This is just absolute carnage. All the ox carts are just dying, and he's trying to run them away. The only way to run is the wrong way. Oh, no. Man, just look at these ox carcasses just littering the map here. Oh, man. That was big. Because, like, really? I don't know if reDo can stop this over here. At least for now. Again, we don't have upgraded priests. And there's no mummies out. So this might go down. The problem is, though, I mean, how in the world is Sun Tzu ever going to get a town center down and build it up again to be back at even pop? Like, he's got great upgrades on his units. He's got economy. But, I mean, he's facing a 191 and 192 pop Isis, and he's only at 140 pop. And I don't know if this town center will go down. It's fully upgraded? No, it's got masons and sun-dried brick. And you basically now got 3 fire giants. Oh, nice fireball on these units, though. I mean, these fire giants are gonna live forever. Because there's nothing that can kill them. The priest not doing damage. Which one is he attacking? This one? He's doing 6 damage a shot. I mean, it's almost not worth it. All these raiding cavalry that were sitting back here for some reason. And now these units are coming in. And I think I might do a little fast forward. Well, he can't upgrade them. He went Hathor. So he has no upgrade. Which is why I kind of think maybe he might not even just bother making them. All these raiding cavalry are going to do some work, though, on these units here. Yeah, fully upgraded. So they have Hands of the Pharaoh. He's got it. But all that does is just give them +2 range. It doesn't give them more damage. But yeah, I just don't see how Sun Tzu will ever get a town center down. Like, he actually stabilized better than I thought he would. but he's just so far down. I mean, ISIS up a town center is like glorious. Again, we're talking 192 pop to 140, and that's just too big of a deficit to overcome. Like, he can push here, but town center 4,200 hit points. Then you got all this going on down here. Like, reDo just can't push and hold. Just no way. I mean, look how slow this town center goes down. Meanwhile, you got catapults coming up here, so it was close. I mean, I think we all saw where the chances were. I mean, SunTzu is ahead in score. Oh man, where's his raiding cavalry? There's just too many down here. Like, really? If he maybe would have sent all of these back right away? I mean, he has a lot of resources. He probably could have run in with, like, changed, like, 10 of these to Ulsarks. Probably could have gotten on these catapults. Now, granted, there is the rock here. But, I don't know. I mean, this was reDo's way back in, but he couldn't have lost his base town center at the same time. Because now, how does he... Now his trade's idle. There's nothing over here. So that was a risk he took. I don't think it was quite worth it. You got this random ballista over here. It just took so long to get this town center down. Zero TC is the best. Yeah, I think there was things he could have done. The problem is only medium Ulsark. Maybe if they were heavy. I mean, you would have had that rock, but at least the delay until the raiding cavalry could have come in. Because these are not upgraded chariots, just champion. Like, if these 10 raiding cavalry that were down here, maybe it was more like 8, 6, would have come up here, he maybe could have stopped this and potentially solidified. But the problem is, now he's at 120 pop. That's not gonna work. reDo's got a full trade route, so SunTzu held in longer than I thought he would. Even the Pharaoh. Without mummies or Nephthys is just so hard. Man, if you can get this town center up, you can't. Oh man. Like, there's no answer without he was close to turning this game around. Like, legit close. Legit close to turning it around. Because there's nothing, until reDo gets mummies, which he hasn't gotten so far, there's just nothing that kills these fire giants. But now he's just, what can he do? What are these doing? Or a market somewhere that he went misclicked to or something? I don't know where they're going. Oh, there is. Man, if he could have... I didn't think it was still that close. If he would have just sent the raiding cavalry up here to keep those catapults from killing his town center, I think he would have been okay. These unupgraded ballista, though, are not doing anything to this town center. And then we got this. So now it's over. Yeah, Sun Tzu kind of like me. I like it. He just... I mean, I thought he was over and out a while ago. But he kept it going. But what a game, though. These two games have been awesome. Man, that's 1-1 in a best of 3. Yeah, priests do get buffs from these are upgrades, but it still doesn't help against the 80% pierce. I mean, 80% of the priest attack is getting nullified, so what's it do? So it was doing 6 damage a shot. That's terrible. Man, this was so close on so many different levels. Like, flaming weapons was a big thing. Just needed to get on these units a little bit sooner. I can see what he was doing. It's very understandable because the only way he could get back into the game is if he gets a town center up, and this one was vulnerable. But I think he could have just left his... Once it became pretty clear it was going to go down, he had time to run his raiding cavalry up here. And again, actually, this wall is a little annoying because it slows him down. But yeah, what a game. Good kill-death ratio. Really surprised by this economy. Like, it seemed like his eco just kept getting whacked. But did well. Just the fight here, I mean, it looked good, but he just... The problem with this fight is that his human units were getting replaced by myth units. So he only had like 5 human units for flaming weapons, and that just didn't quite work out for him. Oh man, nice series. All right, game number 3. It does exist. Thor versus Zeus on Medit. That's like the map that you knew was looming in the future and hoped you wouldn't get to it. Like, I'm sure after he won on Oasis, he was like, yes, I've got it. I don't have to face Medit. I can win on my home map. And reDo said, no, brother. Sorry, we aren't going to go to Medit. So here we are in the Mediterranean. Sun Tzu is Thor again. Thor is the better choice than Loki. reDo is Zeus. That's the better choice than Thor. And the nice thing is with this gold mine, so the patch has given it more gold. He actually doesn't need to make an ox cart and go to this gold mine until after Classical Age. So if he does this build right, he can advance at like 415, 420. But I don't know if Sun Tzu has been playing enough to kind of get that, like lately, to get that super polished build. But does that help in the matchup to where Thor is winning against Zeus? I don't think so. But every little bit does help. I don't think it's enough, but I don't think it's like a... I don't think Medit Thor versus Zeus is an instant GG. I don't think it is. When were these games played? These games were played about a week and a half ago. So we are in the middle of week 2 of the Champions League. So this was week 1. So I don't think either player has played their week 2 match yet. So this is their first match and only match so far of the regular season. Again, reDo was 2nd place overall. Entire tournament. He finished 2nd. He lost to Chemo in the finals. And Sun Tzu finished at the bottom of his group, but again, every series was a 1-2 loss. He didn't win a series, but he won a game in every series. So like if he would have like combined some of those wins in like one series, he would have won like 3 or 4 series. But instead he just kind of saved it and had one series win or one game win in each series. So in the end, the wins were kind of pointless. Because they did amount to anything. But I guess it just went to show like how close he was legit to like being in the middle, middle portion of his division and like competing for that fourth and final spot for the playoffs. So it might dip on forward a little bit here. Medit, you're kind of hoping to age up as quick as you can without having idle town center time, so Sun Tzu will be aging up. He's got a little idle time. Now he's aging up at 4:15. There he goes. So just a little idle time. 4:15, and reDo is actually going to be a little bit slow. Now I know there's another caster who is rather bald. And he doesn't like instant forest fires. But I feel like it's worth it on this map to just do an instant forest fire somewhere. Before even the Valk is there. Yeah, he looks a lot like that emote. Now reDo did a good job. It's actually, you normally see Greek going to 2 wood lines. He's on 3. It's an extra storehouse. He's behind and an age up by about 20 seconds. Which that's barely. I mean, that's a whole boat behind. Like, I think Sun Tzu is, I hope he doesn't get housed or anything. He's only got 2 houses. He doesn't have a Herseer. Like, Sun Tzu can do something here. Like, I don't think this is a good build for him. Yeah, he's sending that Valk forward. Now here comes the Athena, the restoration, so strong. On boat battles, so strong. 6-7 seconds of just constant healing. Here come the 2 trireme. Turn and fight. You're gonna have the advantage. Don't fight under the dock. And the problem here, though, when you're shooting the trireme, is that the damage you do that doesn't kill a trireme is basically useless. Because the resto is coming up. So he needs to start killing these 2 low hit point. Got it? Now get on the one that's... No. Get on the one that's almost dead. Not like... The forest fire needs to be coming in now. This Valk just needs to run straight to wood line. Instant forest fire. The delay here is unnecessary. I know he's probably distracted by the boat micro. But look, he's ahead. 5 boats to 7. If he comes in and fights and stops boat production, because if he uses a forest fire here, that's going to cause 1 dock to be idle. And then he can take a fight and win it and force out the restoration. But this is costing him so much. Get on the boats that's almost dead already. Like, it's so important to be checking boat hit points. As you're coming forward, you have to attack the one that's almost dead. Like, again, there's like 5 boats that are almost dead. It's almost worth it just to push in and kill a few of them that are dead. Oh, man. Like, Sun Tzu's in a good spot. 12 to 10, still. Get on the boat that's almost dead. Okay, got it. Man. Okay, go back. See, this is the problem. He had like 4 or 5 boats that were half dead. So now it's 12 to 12. I mean, it's still even. Like, he's in a decent spot still. But now he's losing a boat for no reason. Losing hit points. There's still no forest fire. And that's big. Like, now they're fully upgraded boats. fully healed. And the Norse boats weren't fully healed because, well, how can you heal them other than a Valk? And now he's going to lose this fight. Now he's looking for a forest fire, but it's just way too late. reDo could have won this. He was in a good spot. He used forest after all that time. He used forest fire on a tree that wasn't connected to the other trees. Oh man, opportunities lost. Oh man. Now he's losing the water. And at the end, when people look at the scoreboard, the scorecard at the end of the season, they're going to see, oh, Zeus versus Thor. Well, surprise, Greek wins. But that had nothing to do with it. SunTzu could have won this game. He just didn't use forest fire. And he didn't quite do a good enough job of completing the kills on triremes. Like, SunTzu could win this game, given how the matchup ended. But yeah, I mean, once he loses this fight, it just becomes a landslide. But see, I don't agree with that. What did he do right in this game? He advanced faster? Like, it's not like he was playing phenomenally or anything. I mean, you could also say that reDo did a good job of not letting boats die. Like, Sun Tzu didn't play right here, like, any more than reDo did. So I don't think you can say, like, this is just due to, like, any sort of overpower, underpower. Like, I don't think reDo played this exceptionally well, and I don't think Sun Tzu did. But I wouldn't say that Sun Tzu played any better than reDo. So maybe your argument is that because of that, it should still be even. But I'd say that waste of a forest fire means that Sun Tzu played a lot worse. Because there's only so many things that have gone into this game so far. And to completely blow your god power, I'd say that really he deserves to lose. Given that he just completely wasted his god power. I mean, it did nothing. Like, if he uses forest fire on while they're fighting here, and did a little better job, like maybe killed 2 more boats rather than having so much damage split across, it would have been even, I think, going past that to where it would have still been anybody's game. But didn't quite happen. Getting a nice little surround here, but it's too late. Well, it's too late now. I wanted to get this random villager over here. Just wanted to see what's going on. But he had chances. He had chances. Up Scotty. I mean, he was floating a lot of resources too, apparently. But no, I don't think the winner of this game is due to an imbalance. Here, I don't think it was pretty fair. I mean, to me, I don't think that Age of Mythology is that hard of a game where it's incredibly difficult to play right. To some extent. I mean, it's easy to generalize, but like, it isn't like Warcraft, StarCraft, or like Age 2, where it's highly mechanical and requires a ton of APM. AoM is kind of the lazy man's RTS. That's why I play it. Nice raid here, though. Get on these 5 citizens, villies, but gonna have to really do a lot here. And here comes the conspiracy chat. I don't know why you'd go on the gold on this side when his army was up here. That kind of confuses me. Like, you know, like as Sun Tzu, you know you won't have anything down here to defend your dwarves, so why go down here? And you knew he was down here anyway. Kind of weird. Do that. He obviously doesn't want to have to frost this because that would be bad. I mean, as long as Odysseus goes down, I mean, he does have 2 frost giants. It's almost worth it to get these villagers on Odysseus just to get him down. But the ox cart did go down. And here comes this army all the way back from this raid up here. Odysseus still alive, but man, these frost giants are just going to do so much work, though. So much work. And kind of this 3 TC grab in this forward build is a little greedy because even though you've won water, hard to support all of this. You got a ton of boats here just sitting on the bottom. So Sun Tzu really can't clean this up because of where the boats are. Where's the gold mine? Right back there. Can't really go for a gold star either. He could potentially grab this town center. Well, yeah, 80. He doesn't have a lot of eco. Look at the 854 food. I mean, I know you could say, well, if he runs his Valken right away, it just gets bolted. Well, guess what? Then send in a Herseer with right after that. You know? Because once you're done building your houses and crap, you don't really need it. I don't have gambling set up, Sebi. There's no gambling around here. Not in my house. I feel like, though, I should like set up some more stuff for my channel to get it all. But then I realize it takes time, and I'm like, dang. This is kind of your no flare stream. I keep it business here. It's all about the game. No Twitch shenanigans. Odysseus is back. I don't know what you do as Sun Tzu here. Other than... Sun Tzu is floating 2,000 resources. He's going to age up the mythic. Balder? Well, that's an adventure. Like, I feel like Sun Tzu could still come back, though. But he's like, imagine if the 2,000 resources he has right now is in an army. He's winning this fight. He's taking his town center. And instead he's spending 2,000 resources for 20 to 30 Vil Rag. And now he's not winning this fight, even though he had 6 frost giants that classical age Zeus can't kill unless, well, there's no army to kill the heroes. Like, this grab was so greedy for reDo to grab 3 town centers and build forward like this. It could have been pretty heavily. He's gonna use frost now. Adventurous. So here comes the frost to freeze the army after he lost all his army. And that's pretty big. That's pretty big. Like, here's what Sun Tzu could have done. He could have grabbed this town center. Could have just, instead of being on this gold mine, gone to here. And that would have been a safe gold mine. And then he almost could have just ignored this build. And just came up here. And look how open. There's nothing back here. At all. Nah, triple wang's okay. I mean, about the only place it happens is Medit. And that's kind of Medit. Oh, does this town center go up? No. Yes? Yes? Oh, no. Oh, no. Geez, just trying to make me nervous. But yeah, we've got... Well, look. Triple walling. Who cares? Quad walling. Doesn't matter. Look at this. And I know you're saying you're not talking about this game. Yeah, I think... I don't know. Even after losing the water with what reDo did, I think Sun Tzu could have won this. I just don't think the 1TC reg here is the play. Like, I feel like with a frost, Sun Tzu could have grabbed this town center, sat on this gold mine, and just come up here and attack this way. I mean, imagine he has 6 frost giants coming up here. With all the army stuck down here? Man. There were chances. There are chances here. TC down. Power upgrade. I mean, the problem here is, I mean, Sun Tzu has legit nothing after this reg at all. Here comes Apollo in. Ooh. And here comes the Underworld. Man, this game... Again, though. It's very easy to sit and watch and be like, I should have done this, that, or the other. But I feel like... I do think, though, that a 1TC reg after losing water is a pretty low reward strat. I think it's a high risk, low reward kind of a thing. Because reDo has the water, Sun Tzu essentially has to completely wipe the entire land. Everything has to go. And that's hard. You can't really do that. Not with everything. These fire giants still mowing stuff down. But he's only at 61 pop. The Hephaestus are coming out. And as the Ragnarok dies, so too does Sun Tzu's hope. And he's going to start this season off with another 1-2 loss. Just like last season. 1-2 losing series. In fact, the only series Sun Tzu won was the very last series in the promotion / delegation round. And that kept him in the Champions League. And here he is starting off week number 1 with another 1-2 loss. Now, had a lot of chances in game 2. Had some chances in game 3. And whilst there be debate in the chat, I think all of us can say it was a fun series to watch. Man, Sun Tzu leading the way as fan favorite again. Take a look at the post game. All resources pretty even all the way through, despite when did he lose water? About here is when water was completely lost. Yeah, the old 43ville reg. And let's give reDo his score. So 2-1. reDo And that will be it for me for tonight. I hope you guys enjoy. Red gives them the brief score lead. Like, man, reDo got really greedy grabbing 3 town centers. Well, 2, grabbing 2 extra. And then going forward with his army with a forward build. Like, Sun Tzu, differently played, could have clawed into this by grabbing the town center with during like a frost, and then and then like moving maybe to this gold mine instead. I don't know if he knew that was there back then. I'm not sure. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. If I would have played all of my games perfectly, I would have won them all too. So it is what it is. And I lose a lot. So I'll tell you, there's not a lot of perfection around these parts. But all right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. That was the series between reDo and Sun Tzu. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I will catch you guys another time. It'll be a few days, I think. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And have a good weekend, everybody. I got to work. So thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. And that's it for tonight.